Yo guys, what's up? Shadow here. Welcome back to Space Engineers. So today we actually have an announcement from Space Engineers. Finally, it's been a long time since they have done anything big, and I'll just have to read this real quick. I have it open on my second screen. There is a another public beta test, or a public just a public test, where they open up some servers and you can go and test some things. You have to in your Steam settings have to change the branch to, I think it's public or something. Might actually put the link to the post in the description below so you can check it out. It's Thursday and Friday. So if you see this video, it's just today, and then it's probably gonna go back to development. But there's some very interesting features. For one, they apparently added a chat AI to the game to help new players. I'm not quite sure what this is going to be like. Apparently you can chat with this thing and it will, you know, kind of answer you, I suppose, and give you tips and whatnot, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what this thing does. But this is one of the least exciting things, actually. At least for me. And actually, this is what you just saw, that actually ties into what they're going to test. On this server, or on this game here, we have air tightness enabled, which means we can have, like here, I can open my visor, if I press the right button, that is. There we go. And we have depressurized rooms, or pressurized rooms. Per default, that option is disabled because apparently it gives you very hard performance hits and it's kind of buggy. For me, it works most of the time, and I have not really noticed big performance hits, but that might be just with my setup. So that's the joy of PC gaming, right? Everybody's setup is gonna behave differently, so that's how it is. And apparently, they right here fixed and optimized air tightness and remove it from experimental. You know, with the new multiplayer update, they moved certain options to an experimental branch, so to speak, which means that if you start a new game, per default these options are disabled because they're kind of buggy and they have a high performance load, which means if they remove it from experimental, that kind of means they're at least semi-confident that they addressed all the problems that it had, which is kind of exciting. I mean, as I said, I have not really had performance hits on my end here, but I'm sure on servers it's a whole different story. So, kind of excited for that, because airtight rooms is something interesting. It's an interesting feature in my opinion. So yeah, that is good. What else? Added context help. I'm not quite sure what that means. It's probably also something more for new players, but you never know. Sometimes these features are actually very intriguing for advanced players as well, because sometimes you learn something new, or you know, sometimes you just forget stuff and it might remind you, which is nice. And then this is quite exciting. They added relative dampening. That sounds kind of adventurous, whatever that is. And the way they describe it is, let me just get up to speed here and disable dampening. Haha, we're kind of explaining it perfectly as we go along with the game. It's almost as if I had this plan, but I didn't, I swear. So they describe it in the following way. Press Ctrl Z with pointing crosshair on the ship you want to set as velocity target. To me, that sounds like you could, for example, if you're following another ship, you could just point at it, Ctrl Z, and then you will match the speed of that thing. That's a good, very good option to have, don't you think? I find that a fantastic feature if that works correctly. Really, I mean, that's always one of the biggest pains in the butt, right? If you're trying to... Worst case scenario, one of your ship is flying without dampeners on, and you exit the cockpit and boom, it's gone. And hopefully it's not at the max speed, hopefully for you, otherwise we won't catch it up. But let's say it's not on the highest speed, so you chase after it, either via jetpack or with another ship. Now, getting to that ship and actually landing on it is so difficult because you're going a bit faster, and then you're too far ahead, and then you brake a bit, and then you're too far back. And with that option, apparently, you can just match the speed, which is super, super cool. And then another feature which excites me terribly, I have to say, as we look at the asteroids here, added asteroid clusters. That sounds cool. I'm an absolute fan of every new generation of terrain. I'm really big on that. You know, back in the days of Minecraft, whenever they came up with a new biome, when they came up with new terrain generation, I was there. This was like the most exciting thing for me. Because, you know, it just makes exploring so much more exciting, so much more intriguing. And asteroid cluster sounds terrific, right? Like a bunch of small asteroids. Maybe you build like a base inside the small asteroids, like a bandit base, you know, space pirate base hidden away. You know, it's awesome. Also, you could do like some dogfighting, you know, between the asteroids. I've seen people, you know, doing YouTube videos, setting up like tournaments, 1v1 tournaments between different ships. And you almost have to like handcraft this terrain you want to fight in. And asteroid cluster sounds like a perfect like fighting space, don't you think? So I'm super excited for that. There's some other things. They refactored new game, load game, blueprint, and script screen. So a bit UI changes, render optimization, which is also a big thing for people who have a bit of problem. You know, with how the game looks and how it performs. So that's always good. Moved lobby multiplayer out of experimental. Another feature that seems to be stable now. Very good. That's progress, right? I'm excited for this. I'm not quite sure if I'll have the time to go onto this multiplayer test and see it for myself, or if I just passively will watch some videos and see how other people experienced it. I'll have to see, but that sounds pretty exciting to me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this all. But yeah, as you might already have noticed, we are away to this asteroid because we are missing, that's right, nickel, and we're gonna get some, hopefully. Now this was the closest asteroid, it seemed. So let me actually disable, while we are decelerating, let me disable all these waypoints again. I cannot... No, I still cannot select multiple waypoints at once. It's kind of sad, you know. There's some like tiny features that you wish that just could be added, but I know they're on bigger things and more interesting things probably. But yeah, there's always something tiny thing that is really annoying you. Also on the air tightness, I'm not quite sure if that still is a bug, but what I often, that was a long time ago actually, what I often would experience back then is, when I have a ship, doesn't matter if it has an airtight room or not, whenever I put a block onto that ship, I would say it violently depressurizes whenever I place a block on it. You know, it kind of shakes a little bit, and then from every block on that ship, there will be this depressurizing effect, and the sound will play 1,000 times, like layered over each other, so it's super, super loud and almost blows out your eardrum. I haven't actually experienced that in a while now, so maybe that's something they fixed quite some time ago. But in any way, the more stable this thing is, the better. So, nickel. Apparently, on the top. I think it's that yellow stuff. Where is that gold? I'm not quite sure. Can we even get in here? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that yellow stuff. The question is, can we access it from above? You know, dig basically crack the crust above and then move in. Is that an option here? I'll just let the drills run for now, just in case we collide with anything. You know what? Let me also grab a little dig of ice here, just so we don't run out of oxygen in any in any close time frame. So, gonna grab some ice. Getting a good chunk here. There we go. That should be quite enough, actually. Because ice is always so plentiful, and you don't need that much. Where is ice? Yeah, see there. I guess we already had like a shit ton of it from last time that we dug rather. So let's try to navigate through the nickel and see if we can access it from above or from this side. In space, there's no above. It's always relative to you. Although, the thing is, I was just thinking about how can you denote in which directions you would go relatively to you. And, oh. Ooh, that could have been worse. And I was just thinking, normally you would use like the 12 o'clock, like the clock system, right? But that only is in one direction, is it not? And then I was thinking, wait, that's surely only for like naval combat. And then I was thinking, no, wait, that's also used in like air combat, isn't it? Or at least if I can believe all the Ace Combat games that I played all these years ago, then this system is also used in air combat. And why would I doubt these games? They seem to be so historically accurate. But anyway, that isn't really a useful system in space, right? Because how would you say if something is like above and left? You couldn't say what would it be, like 10 o'clock or something? That wouldn't really help you much, because it could be 10 o'clock this way, that way, you don't know. So, is there like a system you can use to denote where you mean, which direction you mean? It's actually quite difficult, I assume. I guess it's used in air combat because it's very unusual that another aircraft, if it's approaching you, is like super low to the ground or something like that. It's probably not going to change that much. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not a pilot. I'm talking out of my ass right now, as always. So I'm trying to adjust the angle a little bit because I think we're not quite getting to it right now. That's better. I think this is promising. Stop digging. I wanted to look where it is, but that doesn't really help, doesn't it? It's not VR. I wonder, will space engineers ever be in VR? And I think the short answer is no. It's way too complicated to control, but it would be a nice touch, wouldn't it? All right, let's take a chunk. Let's see if that is nickel or if ooh. Okay, that is bad. Let me just see. Do we get nickel? I think we got iron. We might have gotten iron here. We're still making platinum, which is also good, but it's kind of annoying. We're not getting to the nickel. There's too much stone in the way. I think we need to like have several goes at this and basically drill a huge tunnel here, you know? So we go back a little bit, then we move to the side, and then we start digging again. Until we have a hole big enough that we can fit all the way down with our solar panels. I guess this is the only way to do this. That's why we built this ship, right? That's exactly why we built it. Because we wanted to crack asteroids and get to the precious, precious resources inside. That's exactly what we built this baby for, so that's why how we gonna use it. Alright, we need to slow down a little bit, otherwise we're gonna hit our solar panels quite violently again. I think we're right at the threshold here, yeah. And I don't think there's any nickel here. No. Stone and some other stuff, but not really anything interesting. You know what? Actually, I think we have enough platinum. Let's see, what could we produce here? Let's do some cobalt. Cobalt should be... No, you know what? Let's do iron, because iron should be... I said iron. Iron should... Hey! There we go. Iron should be done relatively quickly. So we have another free slot. Okay, let's move one back. Let's do one other approach. Let's widen the hole a little bit more. And then we go with a very central approach and try to get in. Let's try to dig down here as well. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna get to it eventually. Because I don't really feel comfortable flying into this asteroid. It looks very tight. So I don't think it's a good idea to try to fly into it with this thing. Now with our other ship, we might just park next to the asteroid and then send our mining drones, our remote mining drones out to get to the resources. It's gonna be probably not as fast as this, but a lot more comfortable. You know what I mean? So I think this is gonna be very cool. Let me see. How does this look now? That's iron. That's all iron in there. Not really useful. Oh, that's annoying. We're not getting to that stuff. We're just not getting close enough. Okay, let's try. How deep can we get from here? So this is iron. I think right now we're getting iron, right? Nickel is not that far away, but I'm thinking we're only getting iron at this point. Okay. Ooh, that sounded terrible, but that was just the drills. I thought it sounded like I'm scraping along the asteroid with some part of my ship. Sounded quite terrible. Alright, I'm at the threshold. There's no going down further right now, so I'm reversing. Oof. Oof. Everything's still intact? I think so. Okay. Question, did we get nickel? We did! Not that much though. That's not enough. I want more oh! Hold on! Oh wait, that's not actually not that much. We got some nickel. That's good. Can we just get some stuff out of here? Actually, let's get the stone out of here. We don't need that stone. There we go. So, you know what? I should have a camera at the front. That will make things a lot easier. We'll do some more widening here. We're gonna back up a little bit, and then we're gonna drill down this little thingy over here that our solar panel crashed against. And then we might be able to go even deeper this time. Or actually, we'll just dig down here, because here we have, on neither side, we have anything that will block our solar panels. Well, until a certain point, but this should be quite good here. The question is if we actually reach the nickel from here. We'll see. Just going all the way in. And soon we'll activate our normal drills. Right about now. Because even though we probably have more than enough iron, I don't want to waste any. You know, I don't want to waste resources. That feels bad to me. So we're just gonna... Oh, we also have to watch out for the antenna. And actually our ship. These are also things that could get stuck on something. Also the turret. But I think right now it's... I just wanted to say it's quite alright. I think we're stuck somewhere. Where are we stuck right now? What is... Is it the turret? Because... Yeah, we're dead stuck. We're not getting it. It's the turret. It's the turret. Okay. Good to know. Alright, backing up, backing up. let's look at the result and see if we can fuck off, or if we need to do some more. I don't think we got any nickel here. Yeah, we got, look, a shit ton of iron, but also, let me see. How many containers do we have left? We only have this one, right? So we have 1 million liters to go, pretty much. So we need to be a bit conservative with our spacing, I think. Also, at home we might add another pair of of refinery and assembler. Well, mainly actually refineries. I think we'll just add a shit ton of refineries. Actually, that's actually a good thing. You know, I need a little break from shipbuilding, I think. And I need to think about some stuff before I start with the interior. So it might be a good thing that we go back and then we add, again, a shit ton of solar panels and a shit ton of refineries. So we can get all these resources that we have collected now actually refined. And maybe we'll need to add some more containers as well. That might be possible, but... And we're stuck again on something. But I think this time we hit the nickel. I think this time we did it. Looks okay to me. Yes, sir! That, I would say, is enough. Let's see, we already have a good amount of nickel here. Yeah, wonderful. Alright, let's head back. Mining mission successful, I would say. Also, that was a very nice approach that we did there. Good technique, right? It wasn't just a simple drill in and get out. It was a nice, planned mining operation for once. Very well done. And nothing exploded. I'm almost amazed, actually. Good fortunes are upon us, it seems. Well, I shouldn't say that too early, if you saw my Fallout video from yesterday. I shouldn't say these things. It's bad omens. Having luck and mentioning it is a bad omen. I'm pretty sure that's in some way, shape or form that's really bad to do that, right? Oh well. So yeah, I'm thinking of what, like 3 more reactors? No, refineries, obviously. 3 more refineries, and then we'll just elongate our platform a little bit and then put a shit ton more solar panels on it. Or maybe we just put additional solar panels outside of the existing ones, so it will make everything a little bit wider, basically. Not quite sure what we'll do here, because the thing is, we cannot really make it that much longer because we have now that docking station on the end. That kind of prevents us from making it much longer, so I think we're gonna make it wider, right? That would make sense, I guess. We get right onto 40 meters per second. There we go. Comfortable journey. Actually, let's speed up a little bit. Then we'll have to deaccelerate like at, let's say, 2 kilometers. That's, I think, the latest point we should deaccelerate. Maybe a little bit beforehand would be good. Good thing it made a backup save, so if we fuck up, we can load. That's kind of good. Good to know. Sometimes I think the game knows exactly what I'm about to do, and it's like, I better save right now. I don't want him to fuck up everything, so let me save. It's a smart game. It's almost like that AI they wanted to put in is already in it. Maybe it is. Maybe it has been watching us all along. Maybe it was Clang AI. Who knows, right? But actually, it's called something else. It's called GoodBot. Good.bot or something like that. Oh well. So, yeah, we're almost at 30 minutes or soon. Yeah, I think this is gonna be it for this episode. We're basically just gonna dock and then I have to overview the situations with the refineries, because I think right now my refineries can't handle the amount of ore I bring. So we need to kind of up the ante a little bit, you know. Actually, let me start to deaccelerate here. You know, I'm super surprised that my ship here in front didn't melt until now. Because I was almost 100% sure that the little ship in some way, shape or form would be in the way of the big thrusters. I almost expected it to be. And also look at, we're still like 2 kilometers away, and look at the size of our ship. That's kind of mind-blowing that you can see that so well from this distance. It's huge. I should fly this thing next to it and just compare how huge it is. And I guess in comparison to some builds that I've seen, it's tiny. But you know, we cannot go on a year-long project here. That's not how this will go. Because I've seen some people like building like the Warhammer 40k ships, and these things are ridiculous. They're flying cities, quite literally, with a cathedral on top of it, because the Emperor wills it, you know. And they're absolutely insane. The people who build these are insane, and I think most of them build them a bit scaled down, because if you would build them to scale, you'd never be finished. So yeah, it's really freaking insane, but I love it. I love people who have this dedication. It's amazing to see these things, these crazy builds and whatnot. Alright, making a final approach to Shadow Outpost Alpha Prime, requesting docking permissions, over. Yes, docking permissions, thank you very much. It would be kind of cool if there would be some radio chatter, right? I always loved that in every like space or aircraft game. Again, Ace Combat, and what was that? Oh, when I was a child, I played one of these, like a space fighter game, big story, a story I never understood because I was a little kid, but I liked it because one of the alien races in that game was like cats, like huge badass cats in space. They were amazing, and they had amazing looking ships, but they were the bad guys in that game for some reason. I liked them, but they were the bad guys. And it was one of these games that how do you call that style? They did not normal cutscenes, they did video cutscenes, you know? Like Command and Conquer did back in the day. I think they still do those, right? With actual actors. I think in that game, I think it's Mark Hamilton, I think, that plays one of the main roles. Which is kind of mind-blowing if you think about it. And there's a lot of other famous actors too. I can't think... The name kind of escapes me right now, but... maybe it'll come to me in a minute, I don't know. But I loved that game, and there was always this cool radio chatter, and you could, I think, taunt your enemies in combat. You know, you could either like chat to your wingman, you know, like, oh, cover me and attack this enemy, or you could select an enemy spacecraft, and you'd be like, I'm gonna shoot you down, bitch. It was amazing. I absolutely loved that game. I never was really good at it, but that's just because I was a kid. I mean, I played Morrowind as a kid. In English. I couldn't speak English back then. Not a single word, but I played it because it was an amazing game. I never understood what I was supposed to do, but I had fun roaming around the place and murdering people and doing random stuff. And every once in a while the sky would turn black or red, and so some weird message would pop up, which I later learned means that I doomed the world and I killed some important quest NPC. But yeah, back then I just had fun just roaming around and doing stupid stuff, you know. It was lovely. Alright, successfully docked. Wonderful. So I think we can now resume to make batteries. That will actually be the perfect distraction while 5,000 batteries are being made, right? That's gonna be perfect. So let me get... there are the batteries, or the power cells rather. There we go, production has started. And I think we have more than enough nickel. More than enough. So yeah, what I'm thinking is maybe I'll put some solar panels on here. Let's see, how long is this? 1, 2. That's perfect. That's 3 more solar panels on each side. And then I'm thinking we're putting at the outside edge here, we'll put more. Because I cannot really stretch it in this direction. Or can I? Maybe I can, actually. You know? Maybe I can. I have to just to be smart about it. You know, replace these slopes with normal blocks, and then make like a little a ring around here, like a donut, a little ring donut thingy with a hole in the middle, so that the thruster will not damage my own station. And then just draw it in this direction, and then yeah, I think that will work. And then we'll just put the refineries. We'll either put them on top of these, or also, let me check this real quick. So what kind of refineries do we have? We have, this is refinery 2. This has what kind of modules? What modules are these? Are these speed modules? These are speed modules. And then here we have yield modules. So this is refinery yield. You know, I should have done this at the beginning when I built them. That's the thing. If you do it later, you have so much to catch up, and it's annoying. But it's way more useful if you name your things. Let that be a lesson to you. Always name your things. And I think the next refineries, let's say we'll make 2 more. They will be like mixed, like 2 speed, 2 yield. I think that's a good mix. We can just put them here. Actually, we have enough space, right? Yeah, sure. This is gonna be our project for next time. Improving our station. More solar panels, more refineries, more efficiency, and more fun. That's, well, we cannot build that, but we're gonna try. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.